Shalom, shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Barasham Yahushai, Barasham Rakak Wedash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akim. This is your brother Abawan, back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Barasham Yahushai, Barasham Rakak Wedash. And what I wanted to go into was the last Sound of Freedom movie that Mel Gibson made. Okay, there were rumors going around that Mel Gibson, if you know the Hollywood actor Mel Gibson, and I've loved to go online, look and show you images and pictures and articles going into all this. But unfortunately, the third world strikes again. No network, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. And the truth must still come out, the videos must still go out. So I have no choice but to do this video. That's the reason why I've been delaying actually putting out this video. This video should have gone out since last week, but I couldn't because I didn't have enough the network to actually do this video. But anyway, if you know the actor Mel Gibson, okay, there were rumors going around that he was doing a documentary about, human trafficking and basically pedowood, okay, the pedophile culture that is in Hollywood, or rather the human trafficking and the wickedness that goes on in Hollywood and among the elites of Esau Edom. But what actually turned out to be was just a normal movie about the same topic, okay, and the name of the movie is The Sound of Freedom. And the funny thing about that movie is, I've gone to the cinema, right? Gone to various sites, and I cannot find that movie anywhere. Even the sites that I go to, that I've even found, Tariq Nasheed's Hidden Color movies was there, but that Sound of Freedom movie, I could not actually find it in those sites, showing you that, man, that movie has to have brought out some serious information that basically castigates the elites, that shows their wickedness, which is why that movie hasn't come out. So, yeah, I wanted to go into this. At least Mel Gibson, is off talking about he and how much of a shitty ruler he is, right? A shitty ruler of the earth, okay? Because this devil, and even the scriptures tell you that the earth has not been ruled properly, right? It has not been judged rightly. That's why wrongful judgment goeth forth. Let me get that. The earth hath he not judged. Let me see if I can get that precept. So this is the book of Habakkuk 1 verse 4, and it reads, "Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, and therefore wrong judgment proceedeth." Right, because the earth is being judged by the actual wicked. Malachi 1 verse 3 and 4 for you to understand Esau Edom. And because these devils are in power, right, righteousness, right, the right judgment, the just weight, just balances, and just judgment never goes forth. And that is, shown especially in human trafficking, okay? How can you allow wickedness to prevail so much in your kingdom? Is it not written? Let's get that, because even the scripture tells you that human trafficking, okay, which is the major wickedness that Esau Edom does that we're focusing on right now. Human trafficking is wicked according to the scriptures. And this is the book of Exodus 21, verse 16. "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." Right. So you get right there, kidnapping, human trafficking, that's wicked. This is what the scriptures say about human trafficking. And this is, kidnapping, human trafficking, is all the same. Okay, and let's just make this clear before somebody now goes and starts making this assumption. Oh, well, you see, the Hebrew Israelites teach that slavery is okay, but human trafficking is not. How is there a difference? The difference between slavery and human trafficking is that, when you buy a slave, or when you sell a slave, or you put somebody in slavery, right, in captivity, you are not stealing them, okay? That is the difference between human captivity. When you buy a slave, you're not stealing them. You're actually purchasing the services of that individual, because that's really what slavery is. All slavery really is employment. You are purchased. That's why the scriptures tell you that, in the kingdom we shall have men of perpetual employment, right? That is going into, let me see if I can find that precept. I've forgotten how it goes, but basically, and let me just type employment. I've forgotten how it goes, but just to get the point. I don't really want to start jumping from preset to preset too much because I don't really have the time. But let me just get this. So this is the book of Ezekiel 39, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto Gog a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers of the east of the sea, and it shall stop the noses of the passengers, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Hamon Gog. And 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying of them, that they may cleanse the land. And basically, when we talk about Gog and Magog, when we talk about Gog and Magog, we're talking about the Russians right here. So this is showing you that after the wars, right, after the conflict, also showing you that Gog and Magog, which are the Russians, are also Edomites as well. So after Babylon is destroyed, after the war in heaven, after our Lord Yahushua comes back and conquers the earth, and put down the wicked, right? The slain of the Lord becomes, the slain of the Lord the slain of the Lord will be many. After our Lord Yahushua comes back and slays Esau, Edom, and the wicked of the earth, throws them all into the lake of fire. In that, we have to, you are going to have to start to bury the bodies and dispose of them. So this is the book of Ezekiel 39, verse 12. Okay, verse 13. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown that day that I shall be glorified, saith Yahweh of power. And that is how, how much bodies there are going to be in that day. That's how many people that our Lord Yahushua will slay in that day, that the bodies are going to be scattered all over the earth. You have to be going around for 7 months burying bodies, okay? And this, of course, this 7 months really just is going into a complete number of time. Then it could be longer than that even. But it's just showing you, how many people are going to have to be put to death in that day. So continuing on, Ezekiel 39, verse 14. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. And the men of continual employment are the slaves, are the other nations that are going to be put into captivity. But this is just to explain the point of what slavery is, okay? Slavery isn't just, you whip a nigger, make them pick cotton, okay? That's the wickedness that Esau pushes, right? In order to, demonize our people, right? Because these devils, ultimately, they knew that, we would eventually come out to the highways and byways and be preaching that Esau, and be preaching and be teaching our people that Esau, Edom would go into captivity as well. So what they are doing is they are trying to vilify the idea of recompense. He that killeth by the sword, right, must be killed with the sword. He that leadeth into captivity must be put into captivity. Revelation 13, verse 10. So they are trying to vilify the idea of recompense, recompense, by pushing this wickedness, by pushing this false ideology that slavery only has to deal with what happened to our people during the transatlantic slave trade, which is not what that slavery is going into. So just wanted to make it clear that kidnapping and human trafficking is far different from slavery. Now it does involve it does involve slavery, of course, but that does not make it the same thing. Okay. So continuing on, you have this major problem in Esau's kingdom, and it's not just limited to human trafficking. It also mainly deals with child trafficking, which is why the term is kidnapping. And this is the main point I actually wanted to get, because when there were still rumors going about that Mel Gibson was making a documentary, people were thinking that it was going to be about child trafficking. It was going to be about the pedophilia among the elites of Esau, Edom. But it ultimately came out to just be about human trafficking. But who are the main victims of human trafficking, right? It isn't men, okay? It is women and children, especially the younger women. So basically, it's mainly children, right? But what I was going to say, that we know why it's wicked. So let's just get precepts, okay? We already know why human trafficking is against the scriptures. So let's just get precepts. That should be first, starting with the book of Hebrews. And really, what this is more than anything is an expose on Esau, Edom, on how they allow their kingdom to be ruled. Because not only is there wickedness going forth in this kingdom, but the rulers of this kingdom are not even blameless of that wickedness. It's one thing to say, oh, the people of this kingdom are doing wicked, but the rulers of the kingdom are blameless because they are not involved in the wickedness of their people. But no, east from the top all the way to the bottom is rotten. Okay, the roots, right, the branches, the leaves, the fruits, everything is rotten in this kingdom. Hebrews 12 verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For you know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Because Esau Edom is completely involved in this wickedness. Jeff Epstein, right, and the whole of and different members of the rich and famous of the elites of this kingdom all can all have evidence against them. The Clintons, all have evidence against them about this wickedness. Okay, and why do these devils involve themselves in such wickedness, right? Why is it that Esau's kingdom is so wicked and they push all these false, wicked, wayward doctrine? This is the book of Micah 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because, and this is the main point right here, because it is in the power of their hand. So we also get another precept, because you have to understand that Esau Edom is not wicked because of some reason that he has some tragic villain story or something like that. Because that's something that Esau is even pushing in this kingdom as well. That if somebody is wicked or if somebody is evil, they have to have a good reason or a justification for it. Oh well, the world didn't do them right, so now they are going to be wicked, right? Or something bad happened to them, or some tragic story about how they fell into wickedness. But this is how Esau Edom operates. Okay, he was wicked all the way from birth. Okay, Isaiah 26 verse 10. Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. I will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. Because he is completely, because it is Sakia, hold on. Sakia, hold on. I lost my train of thought for a second there. What I was going to say, that you have to learn, if you are coming into this truth, that Esau Edom, the so-called red man that is ruling over the earth today, is just pure wicked. He cannot be righteous, and so long as you live in a kingdom ruled by this devil, there is no justice or safety. There is no peace, and we already read that precept. The law is slack. And the reason why the law is slack is because this kingdom is ruled over by the wicked. And the reason why they are wicked is because they are estranged from righteousness, lest there be any fornicator or profane. What does the word profane mean? I read that what we read in the book of Hebrews 12 verse 16. The word profane means outside of the temple. The reason why Esau Edom is the wicked is because he was rejected of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right, let's get that preset. Let me just quickly round up with this, just to make my point very clear. All right, so this is right here. Hebrews 9 verse 10. Hebrews 9 verse 11, Slakia. Hebrews 9 verse 11. For the children not yet being born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Right, so our people have already been ordained to be the righteous, and Esau Edom ordained to be the wicked. And because he is the wicked, right, he follows and he acts in such a manner. So yeah, add this as reason 14400 of why we need our Lord Yahushai. So with that, I end the video right here. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the spirits of you Akyam, you are edified. Shalom.